It had been months since Anaya last visited her father. Life, as always, had kept her occupied. Between court hearings, client meetings, and endless paperwork, she barely had time for herself, let alone a visit to her elderly father who lived 500 miles away. That evening, as she sat in her dimly lit apartment, staring at the mountain of case files on her desk, her phone buzzed. She glanced at the screen. Dad calling. A wave of guilt washed over her. She had missed his last 2 calls, promising herself she'd call back when she had time. But time always slipped away. Taking a deep breath, she answered, trying to sound cheerful. "Hello, Dad." A soft chuckle came from the other end. "Ah, you picked up this time. Busy as always, my dear?" Anaya sighed. "You know how it is, Dad. Work never seems to end." There was a brief pause before her father spoke again, his voice gentle yet firm. "When are you coming to visit?" She hesitated. The truth was, she hadn't even thought about it. There was always another case, another deadline. "Soon, Dad," she replied vaguely. "Things are really hectic right now. I have a big trial coming up." And her father listened patiently, as he always did. When she finally stopped listing her never-ending commitments, he simply asked, "Anaya, I have been wondering about something." She smiled. "What is it, Dad?" "When I die, do you plan to come to my funeral?" Anaya felt her breath catch. "Dad, what kind of question is that?" Her father's voice remained calm, almost amused. "Just answer me, dear." She blinked back unexpected tears. "Of course, I'd come. How could you even ask that?" Another pause. Then, in a soft voice, he said, "Good. Let's make a deal. Forget the funeral. I need you more now than I will then." Silence stretched between them. Anaya felt something deep inside her shift. She had always assumed her father would be there, waiting patiently, as he always did. She had taken his presence for granted, believing that later would always be an option. But what if it wasn't? "I'll come, Dad," she whispered. "Soon. Promise me, Anaya. Not just words, promise me." This time, she didn't hesitate. "I promise." 2 days later, Anaya packed a small bag and booked a flight. As the plane took off, she stared out the window, memories flooding her mind, her father holding her hand on her first day of school, teaching her how to ride a bicycle, staying up late to help her study for exams. How had she let so much time pass? When she landed, she rented a car and drove the remaining distance to the small town where she had grown up. The familiar streets, the old bookshop on the corner, the park where she had played as a child, it all felt both distant and familiar. Finally, she reached the house. The porch light was on, just like it always had been when she was younger. And there, standing in the doorway, was her father, his face lighting up the moment he saw her. Before she could say a word, her father pulled her into a tight embrace. "My little girl," he murmured. Tears pricked her eyes. "I have missed you, Dad." They spent the evening talking, the way they hadn't in years. He made her favorite tea, the way he always had when she was a child. They laughed, shared stories, and Anaya found herself realizing just how much she had been missing. "Dad, do you ever get lonely?" she asked softly. Her father smiled. "Loneliness is just a state of mind, Anaya. I have memories, I have peace, but yes, I do miss you." Guilt settled in her chest. "I'm sorry for being away so long." He patted her hand. "You are here now. That's all that matters." That night, Anaya couldn't sleep. She lay awake, staring at the ceiling, her father's words echoing in her mind. "Forget the funeral. I need you more now than I will then." What had she been doing all these years? She had chased success, built a career, earned respect, but at what cost? Her father had never asked for much. All he wanted was time. The next morning, she made a decision. Instead of rushing back after the weekend, she extended her stay. She helped her father with small chores, cooked meals with him, and went on long walks just like they used to. One evening, as they sat on the porch watching the sunset, he said, "Anaya, Do you remember when you were little, you always wanted to be a lawyer? She smiled. Yes, and you always supported me. He nodded. I'm proud of you. But remember, life isn't just about winning cases. It's about the people we love, the moments we share. In the end, that's what truly matters. Days turned into a week. Anaya realized how much she had forgotten about home, her father's stories, the way the town smelled after rain, the comfort of sitting together in silence. One evening, as she prepared to leave, her father held her hand. Will you visit again soon? She squeezed his hand. Yes, Dad. This time, I won't let months pass by. He smiled. Good. True to her word, Anaya made it a habit to visit every month. She would spend weekends with her father, talking, cooking, and simply being there. She no longer waited for later. One evening, as they sat under the stars, her father sighed contentedly. You know, Anaya, I don't fear death. I have lived, I have loved, and now I have you here. Tears welled in her eyes. I love you, Dad, and I love you, my child. A year passed, filled with memories and laughter. But one morning, Anaya received a call that froze her in place. Her father had passed away peacefully in his sleep. She rushed home, but this time it wasn't out of guilt or regret. She had been there. She had kept her promise. At the funeral, as she stood by his side one last time, she whispered, I'm here, Dad, but I'm glad I came when you needed me most. She realized then her father had given her the greatest gift, the wisdom to cherish the now, to value love over work, presence over promises. As she walked away, she vowed to never let time slip away again. Because in the end, it's not about when we show up for the funeral, it's about being there when it truly matters. If you like the story, then subscribe, share, and press the bell icon of the channel for more interesting stories.